fights were boring as fuck, but I already had a feeling they are gonna be like that. There were a couple of surprises, I gotta say. We got 4 knockouts in a row, so overall a successful event, I would say. And we got John Pork brawling with this guy, Dylan Dennis. My god, what the hell is happening? Anyway, so yeah, today's matchmaking again, and this, let me just mention really quick about the card. All week I felt like this is a card where a lot of fights decide, like the winners fight against the other winners and the losers against the other losers. We had, I think, 3 welterweight fights on the main card, so you can already see where this is going. Because, yeah, I won't spoil anything. That just keep in mind a lot of same weight classes were on this fight card. So let's start with the first guy, and the first prediction I got right, Kyle Dawkins. Told ya guys, this guy's reformed, I fucking told ya, and took him like, I don't even know anymore, but not long. Exactly what I said, nasty striking. Just, I don't know, man, I think Mearshart is done. He's just so slow, and yeah, just got stat checked, how you would say in League of Legends. Yeah, so solid win, definitely. So, and now already the first matchmaking is what I was talking about earlier. So this guy, it was a middleweight fight, and he won. And there was another middleweight that won yesterday. His name is Bo Nickel. And I wanna see these two fight each other. First, let's talk about the Bo fight too, since I mentioned him now. Definitely, this is exactly the statement he needed. This is exactly what he had to do to give a big fuck you to the haters, which he literally did after winning. Nasty head kick KO. Who would have thought that? Like, never ever would I have thought that. But even before that, Vieira's face was just done already. And the head kick was almost like, finally it's over, you know. So also solid win by him. Striking looks good. Now, because of one good fight, I wouldn't immediately hop on the bandwagon again, or hype train, sorry, wrong word. And that's why I also didn't choose a top 15 opponent, and instead I chose Kyle Dawkins. So I think this could be a very good matchup. 2 winners, both have momentum, both looked good, and I want to see this fight. Okay, next fight, Gregory Rodriguez, the RoboCop. Such a funny nickname. So, first of all, bro, this guy looks like a heavyweight at middleweight. That's actually crazy. Like, at least light heavyweight. He could easily fight light heavyweight, but technically also heavyweight. So this guy was just huge, and I was genuinely surprised how good his cardio was. He didn't hold back. A lot of strikes, powerful strikes, very powerful strikes. Oh my god, the sounds sometimes, Jesus Christ. Very powerful. At the end of round 3, it felt like he kinda gassed out, but the 2 rounds before that were very, very good and very solid win. I don't know, I just felt like Kopylov was just scared to get completely knocked out and very hesitant. At the end, he kind of picked up the pace, but it was way too late. So yeah, solid win for Gregory Rodriguez. And I have the perfect opponent. They are both heavy middleweights who could easily go to light heavyweight. They both beat Kopilov in their last fight, and I think this would be such a cool matchup. Put him against Paulo Costa. I know I matched Paulo already in another video, but you know, UFC is dynamic, it changes, and just from how it plays out right now, I feel like this fight could be amazing. Two brawler, bruiser, boom boom boom. I wanna see this fight, this would be amazing. So yeah, Dana, make it happen please. Okay, next fight, this is already main card now. Benil Dariush. And by the way, the Gregory Rodriguez fight, I don't know if you remember my matchmaking, but I scrolled through the site and this fight wasn't there. I can't remember even talking about this fight, so that's why I didn't even have a prediction for this fight. And yeah, you can believe me or not, but if I had, I would have chosen him anyway, so I claim I'm right with this prediction. Anyway, back to Dariush. So, as I said, he's gonna lose. Nasty KO, kinda out of nowhere, because he started with some solid leg kicks, and I was worried for a second because after like the third leg kick, Benoit kinda, how do you say, kinda sank down, like his leg gave up, at least that's how it looked like, and I was concerned. And then suddenly, like 3 seconds later, suddenly left hook to the temple, nasty spot. It's one of those spots where no matter what kind of chin you have or whatever, you are gonna get knocked out. It's this soft tissue behind the ear, very sensitive. Clean shot. Bro got knocked out pretty clean. And I can't even really rate his performance or anything. It was so quick. I think the 6th quickest knockout, 17 seconds. It almost was like the Sarukian fight, kind of similar. But yeah, anyway, so can't really rate the performance. For me, clearly, he needs to fight someone more down on the rankings, and also someone who lost. And I feel like a good fight could be against Mateusz Gamrot. I think this fight could make sense. Both lost their last fight, but not against bad opponents or anything. So yeah, I feel also this fight doesn't feel mismatched. It's not the striker versus wrestler. They are both pretty well rounded, both better at the ground, I would say, than at striking. Solid fight. Yeah, let's make it happen. So next on the list, Benoit Saint-Denis. Yo, so guys, I would say this guy's officially back. Had 2 tough losses, but took him on the chin, or how do you say, and came back. 3 wins in a row now. Very solid. And first of all, like these last 5 fights I was talking about, that's like a time span of, I don't know, 1.5 years. So this guy's active, which I really like. And yeah, performance was super good, very good. Not much to say. I mentioned it already. Clean knockout, clean shot. He seems I would say very solid performance. He got checked, or not, you can't say fraud checked. He got, like, Dustin Poirier was a test back then, and he failed the test. He wasn't ready for top 5. But now, after 3 wins in a row, I would say it's time to give him another top 5 opponent. And the first guy who came to my mind was Charles Oliveira. Don't you guys feel like this could be a perfect title eliminator fight? So Oliveira won against Gamrot, which is good, but I don't feel like one win against Gamrot after getting knocked out gives you a title shot already. And maybe this could be a good fight, because if you give Oliveira, maybe it's Sarukian again, if he wins, this could also work, but I feel like I don't want to wait as long, and I also feel like Charles kind of deserved to maybe not get the craziest opponent for a title eliminator fight, but you can never say, just the ranking doesn't say anything. Benoit could easily be better than Sarukian, we don't know, right? So yeah, I don't know, I just would like to see this fight. Yeah, I feel like this could be a nice fight, and both Benoit and Charles Oliveira won against Dariush, so another kind of how do you say? I don't know the word, but whatever. So make this fight happen. Benoit Saint-Denis versus Charles Oliveira, and then probably title shot for whoever wins. Okay, next fight on the list. This one was the first fight I failed the prediction at, but if you remember, I said it's pretty much a 50-50 fight, so I'm not that mad about it. First of all, I'm talking about Leon Edwards. I felt bad for him, man. Like him or hate him, that was such a nasty knockout, and the way, I think the punch wasn't even that bad, but the way he fell, oh my god, like he could legit have hurt his spine falling like that, so glad he's not dead. Absolute insane knockout. I think it got slightly overshadowed because I was actually mad on the fucking tart ref. I think it was Mergliotta, who's controversial anyway. And first round, Leon had him, basically he had his back and was about to start takedown or submission or something. And Prates, like, I think it was 3 times, blatantly grabbed the cage, like so blatantly obvious and disgusting. And now, let's be honest, I don't even think Leon would have submitted him or anything, you know, if he didn't grab the fence. But what I want to point out is, what is this fucking reffing bullshit? I'm happy about the eye poke rules changing, apparently at least, because so far, I mean, this event, there were several occasions, especially Herb Dean, immediately watch your fingers. I loved that, but yeah, we need to do something about fence grabs too, because this is just disgusting. Fence grabs, glove grabs, all this shit. Yeah, please, we have to like make it more strict. Just if you do it, done. Just don't do it, man. Like, is it that hard? You have so few rules in UFC. It's like, imagine in football, like European football, someone just picks up the ball with his hand for like 1 second and then throws it back down and starts dribbling again. Like, no ref on earth would be like, yo, please don't touch the ball. Next time I will stop it. You know, what the fuck is this? So yeah. Anyway, fan scraps were cancer, but still great fight. Protests, fuck man. I literally wanted to do a short, a YouTube short, saying, yo, fuck man, maybe I should change my prediction, because after watching Embedded, Protests looked so locked in, and also on the press conference, just the facial expressions was such a difference. Okay, to be fair, they put Leon right next to Sean Brady, who was the last opponent who defeated him. So yeah, Leon really got destroyed this week in every aspect. So yeah, that's why I kind of felt bad for him. Nasty knockout. Third loss in a row, and this time it was a striker, because maybe you remember in my prediction I said he lost against two heavy wrestlers, and now it's more of a striker. Lost to the striker too, even more brutal than to the others. So I really don't know what's next for him. I feel like maybe legacy fights may make more sense. Maybe something like another Kamaru Usman fight, even though I feel like Kamaru's gonna fight more up the rankings. And yeah, I watched a couple of videos today and stuff, and I heard several times that Masvidal wants to fight Leon Edwards, and at first I was like, nah, no way, fuck it, no, I don't want to see that. But honestly, I forgot the history these guys had. There was an occasion years ago, I think it was the Darren Till versus Masvidal fight in UK, and Masvidal punched Leon Edwards backstage, like even gave him a cut, bare knuckle punch. So they have history, they always beefed each other, and yeah, today I heard it several times that people are talking about this fight, and the more I think about it, the more I enjoy this idea. Maybe even make it like another UK fight night or something, you know, add it there. Even though I don't know if Masvidal's gonna go to the UK again. And I also don't know, like, if I had to predict this fight, I would say Leon wins any day, but yeah, honestly, just for like a gimmick fight, something fun for the fans, I say let's make this happen. Leon Edwards versus Masvidal. And if not, maybe someone like Buckley, or maybe a Geoff Neal, or even a Covington rematch maybe. That's actually something interesting too, Kobe Covington rematch. By the way, where's this guy, man? We need him for the press conferences at least, man. I really didn't think I would say that, but I kind of miss Colby Covington, because even though he was like the Timu version of McGregor, he still always made the press conferences entertaining, and just the build up, the fights, I always was hyped for the fight. So yeah, why not, you know? But for this video, let's say Leon Edwards versus Jorge Masvidal. Okay, so next fight, now we get to the women fights. So boring as hell title fight, boring as hell. But I told you, the weight difference will make the difference, and I told you, Valentina by decision, it happened. We're gonna talk about her after this matchmaking, but let's start with Weili Zhang. It pretty much exactly what I thought will happen happened. just feel like no matter where they were in the fight, Valentina could take her down whenever she wanted. She almost made it look easy, which I did not think it would be that easy, but she kind of did what I expected her to do. I have to admit, it was boring as hell. This fight was boring as fuck. I clipped my nails while watching it. So yeah, unanimous decision loss, 50-45, and yeah. Now let's get to the matchmaking, guys. I did it last month already when Dern won. This fight has to happen. Bailey Zhang versus Mackenzie Dern. This fight should have happened anyway, regardless of the outcome of the Valentina fight. But now that she lost, it has to happen even more. So definitely Bailey Zhang versus Dern. And if you want a prediction now, I say, I hope that Whaley's confidence didn't take a hit maybe, but I don't feel like she lost twice versus Rose and still came back clean as fuck. So yeah, I'm pretty sure she is gonna literally destroy Dern. But yeah, let's make this fight happen. And Whaley, please stay at your weight division and just keep destroying everyone in your division, just as Valentina is destroying everyone in her division. So yeah, make it happen. Okay, now the winner, Valentina Shevchenko. Told you guys, this woman is on another level, man. And to me, after this fight, I would put her higher than Amanda Nunes. To me, she's the best women fighter ever. I don't know, maybe you could argue she's more boring, or at least in her recent fights, than Amanda Nunes, because Nunes was just knocking out everyone. But guys, honestly, the caliber of people Valentina beat, and now Whaley too, she won against Nunes again. I say it's 1-1. Yeah, this woman is on another level, and unless she's like 40 years old or whatever, I don't really see anyone beating her. I feel like the Grasso fight back then was just almost like a coincidence. She got caught with that weird spinning thing and got caught by a submission, but I feel like she beats Grasso 9 out of 10 times, so yeah, she's on another level. And to me, the only opponent that makes sense, and she kind of called her out also, and she also fought on this card, and also won on this card, and I also predicted her to win. And I'm talking about Erin Blanchfield. Guys, I told you she's gonna make it look easy against Tracy Cortez. Cortez, massively overrated fighter in my opinion. I said it in the prediction and I was right. Absolute clean, dominant performance, and I feel like she deserved a title shot now. There was another girl also in the crowd, and Valentina also called her out in a way. Can't remember the name now, but to me, Blanchfield makes way more sense. I just feel like she has the frame, the skills to really give Valentina trouble. So yeah, this is the fight to make for me. Also, kind of, I think you should reward Blanchfield a bit. She got fucked over by that one fight where her opponent missed weight like 10 minutes before that, or something crazy like that. The fight got cancelled last second, and I felt bad for her. And after this performance yesterday, give her the title shot, she deserved it. Okay, next fight. Now we jump back to one of the welterweight fights. I did this on purpose because this fight is gonna be, I will reveal both instantly and then we talk about it. So the next next fight on the list will be Carlos Prates versus Moraes. Guys, I always said Marlon Moraes, but I can't fucking think of his actual name now, so I'm sorry, but I will just refer to him as Moraes. Yeah, guys, this fight is to me so perfectly clear that it has to happen. First of all, we talked about the Prates fight already, but Morales, yo, like, honestly, I was wrong at this one. This was like, out of all my predictions, this was the wrongest one. I got surprised first of all, I was surprised at the size difference. Did you see that? Bro, like, Brady isn't even the small welterweight, and Moraes made him look like a lightweight almost. So, absolute crazy difference. And insane performance by Moraes. I don't even know why Brady didn't shoot one takedown, but I don't know, maybe he wanted to, I don't know, feel it a bit, but I don't know. Very clean performance by Moraes. Man, what the fuck is his name? Vince Moraes or something like that. Wait a second, I'm gonna Google it right now because this is fucking embarrassing. Moraes, UFC 22, no hold, 322. We got Michael Moraes. Wait a second, am I dumb? Oh, it's Marlon Moraes and Michael Moraes. Yo, hey, come on, you can excuse me for that. It's so similar. Marlon Moraes is the bantamweight, the ripped guy with who I think looks a bit like One Punch Man. Anyway, so Michael Moraes, insane performance. I'm on the hype train now. You know, in my prediction I told you the caliber of guys right now he beat wasn't as good, but now after this performance I'm all on the hype train. Big respect, really. I mean, this guy is what, 25? Absolutely crazy. Big career ahead of him. If he maybe learns English too, this guy could become a big star. He already had a lot of fans at the press conference, so I feel like this guy really can make it. Very, very clean performance. And yeah, so I mentioned earlier, right, that this card felt a bit like a setup for future fights, and that's also why I chose Prates versus Moraes, because they both won, but they both aren't yet ready for the title shot. They both are missing that one win, and I feel like it's the best title eliminator fight possible. Also, both very, very good striking, strong bomb hands. I feel like they're gonna have a similar reach. Maybe Moraes a bit heavier because Prates is kinda, yeah, like skeleton-y, but still insane power. I mean, if you look at Prates, you wouldn't think that this guy just one-shot knockouts people, but big respect. Again, yeah, so this fight would be epic in my opinion, and I'm pretty sure that none of them is gonna get a title shot over their wins from yesterday, because Dana already got asked at the press conference. So I think it was about the Prates fight. Does the winner of this fight get a title shot next? And Dana was like, sure. And if Dana says sure, then that means no. So yeah, but maybe we still get it. But I would do this fight. I mean, we're gonna talk about the welterweight champions in a couple of minutes, but yeah, I just don't see the next title fight for our welterweight champion being Moraes or Pratis. I don't know how you guys feel, but it already sounds weird to me. Anyway, okay, now let's get to the main event, and we start with the loser, Jack Della Maddalena. Guys, your oracle predicted this one too. I told you it's gonna be a win for Makhachev, and I told you that I feel like he's gonna make it look easy, almost too easy. I was right. Sadly, I was also right with the he's gonna make it look easy, but he made it look easy in the most boring way possible. It wasn't Khamzat Chimaev boring, I give him that, but it was, oh my god, man, like, I was so hyped for this fight. I was so hyped for this fucking fight, and we literally got like a Khamzat Chimaev 2 performance. I know when you even want to blame Makhachev, but I mean, it's, now he's tied out. Let's talk about him later. So Maddalena lost the fight pretty convincingly, so zero talk about rematch or anything like that. He definitely has to fight a lower ranked guy now, and guys, I told you, you can't base your opinion of a split decision win against Belal and 2 knockouts against Burns, and I don't even know who anymore. So we need to test Maddalena with another top ranked guy, but ideally someone who lost. That's why I chose neither Pratis or Moraes, because I was thinking about that, but I think neither of them made really sense to me, even though I could easily see a Pratis Maddalena or Moraes Maddalena matchup, but I feel like another guy would fit way better, and maybe you noticed someone is still missing. And the opponent I would choose is Sean Brady. Now look, okay, Brady, it looked very one-sided. It felt like Brady has absolutely nothing for him. Maybe he got stung early, like stung more than it looked like, because after the first clean punch, it just felt like maybe he was wobbly all the time, but it just felt like he wasn't there real 100%. And then nasty combo and just went down. I still wouldn't say that Brady got fraud checked or whatever. I would just say we really got to see how good Moraes is. And I feel like Maddalena versus Brady could be a nice fight. I could also, because next week we have another banger card. It's a fight night, but it's banger fight night. And on this card we have Belal Muhammad versus Ian Gary. I could easily see Brady fight the loser of the Gary Muhammad fight. I could see Maddalena fight the winner of this fight. There, welterweight is, after UFC 322, welterweight is a crazy division. Everything is got shaken around. It's really interesting what happened to this division with one fight, with one UFC event. But yeah, for now I will settle with Maddalena versus Brady, because we don't know the outcome of Gary Muhammad next. Maybe next week, after we know the result, we might change something here there. But yeah. So, and now the last fighter of the matchmaking day, and the welterweight Madalena stuffed Belal's takedowns. That doesn't mean he stuffs Islam back down takedowns. That's, you can't even compare that. It's exactly what I said in the prediction. And yeah, it was what we got. 5 rounds of what felt like Islam, I can take him down whenever I want and he won't get up anymore. And that's literally what happened. Madalena's face expression changed drastically with every round, and at round 5 he was done completely. Very one-sided fight. Islam Makhachev tied the longest winning streak with Anderson Silva, 16 fights in a row. So this guy is 1 win away from being the ultimate most wins in a row record holder. That's how good this guy is. Plus pound for pound #1, double champion. This guy is on fire, and it doesn't look like he will fade away in the next couple of months, you know. So I feel like he's probably gonna end his career earlier. Maybe he will fight longer than Khabib, I think, but I don't see him go to fight when he's 40 years old. They all stop pretty early. The Dagi guys are smart about it. They really don't want to fuck their health completely, absorb too many strikes and stuff like that. And I also feel like they want to achieve their legacy, and then they go more into these coaching type of roles to get the next generation going. And that's what I could imagine for Islam too. But I think he will stay at least like 2 more years, and we will get a couple of interesting fights. Now for Makhachev, this was for me the hardest one to choose, because there were a lot of options there. As I said earlier, could the UFC make Moraes versus Makhachev? Yes. Could they make Prates versus Makhachev? Yes. Could they make, if Belal wins, there's no way they're gonna fight each other, I'm pretty sure about that. But if Gary wins, will we maybe see Gary versus Islam? Because you can hate or love Gary, but this guy's insane. His only loss was a very, very close decision against Shavkat, who's still unbeaten and was on the biggest hype train ever. And he also beat Prates on short notice, okay? So Gary is a very legit fighter, so I could see a Gary Makhachev matchup too. I mentioned Shavkat. Maybe if Shavkat comes back and gets a good win, and maybe he can get a title shot. There were a lot of welterweight guys, but nothing really felt that good. And then I remember that Makhachev on the mic said, "Yo, Donald Trump, open the White House. I'm coming." Really awesome speech. This guy is really good on the mic. I think it's good that he talks English this well. Very funny guy. Good call out. And honestly, if we are talking about a White House welterweight title fight with Islam Makhachev, can you put names like Prates or Morales or Gary or Shavkat there on a stage like this for pound for pound fighter #1? That's just not something I could ever imagine. So even though I also don't like it that much, because there are a couple of problems with this fight, to me the only fighter that makes sense is Ilia Topuria, Topturo, Ili Abturo. problem here is, what will the weight class be? Do you guys really want to see Topuria go to welterweight? I don't know, I feel like that's already too much, man, because this guy was a featherweight fighter, though. You have to remember, this guy's a featherweight fighter, so maybe naturally, when he's like absolutely not in shape, maybe then he's welterweight weight, but he was a featherweight, and Makachev never was a featherweight. He was lightweight, but lightweight that cut a lot, massive amounts to make it to lightweight. So I feel like Topuria at welterweight is just too much. I don't see it. So how can we do this? How can we solve this problem? We could make a catchweight fight, which is pretty weird and doesn't really make sense for a title fight. We could talk about Ilya going, Makachev going back down to lightweight, but that also doesn't make sense because he wants to defend his welterweight title, not reclaim the lightweight title. So from all the things we were talking about, only the Ilya goes up to welterweight makes the most sense, basically, even though I can't imagine it. I just, that's the only way I can describe it. To me, there's no world where I see Ilya in welterweight. Like, just check out the size difference. Imagine like Prates versus Ilya, for example. This guy is, he's gonna get destroyed. This is like twice his size, height-wise I'm talking. So I don't know how we managed to do this fight, but if it's gonna happen for a White House event, the only option I see is Ilya has to go up, but that's a very, very freaky idea, not something to take serious. But how about if the White House event is such a rare and special occasion, why don't we make a new belt? The VMF, the whitest motherfucker. No, I'm just kidding. Because of White House, no, but jokes aside, how about we make maybe like a Independence belt or America belt or whatever, White House belt or something like that. We make a special belt, and then we could technically care less about the weight and could potentially make something like a catch weight. Lightweight is 55 and welterweight is 70. So maybe we can make something like catch weight 65, catch weight 62.5, something like that. That's something I can see much clearer than Ilya going up to welterweight, because guys, oh my god, yes, Ilya is good. He destroyed all his opponents, but guys, it's a featherweight going up to welterweight, and nah, man, nah. I want to see this fight, but I can't figure out how we're gonna do it with the weight. But the only option is Ilya to welterweight, or we go with this freaky idea of creating an entirely new belt and make them fight for that belt as the headline. That would be an insane fight. So yeah, guys, a lot of talking today. It was a crazy card, crazy fights, crazy matchups ahead of us, potential matchup ahead of us. Also, one of my matchmakings from last month got confirmed. It was Jamal Hill versus that Russian guy that knocked out Rakic. I forgot his name. But this fight got confirmed, by the way, so very good. And I think another fight also got confirmed. And we have next week, we have Tsarukian versus Hooker. Please, I hope Hooker wins, because I still want to see Hooker versus Holloway for BMF. And honestly, if Hooker wins, I would give him a title shot. But see, there's the next problem. If we get a Ilya welterweight title fight, what are we gonna do with the lightweights? Dana already said there's no more double belts. So if Ilya goes up to challenge, he will lose his belt. But then, what will the title fight be? Do we make Hooker versus the winner of Benoit and Oliveira? Who knows? I'm very, like the Hooker fight. I couldn't wait for so long that Hooker finally gets to fight again, and now we can see him. By the way, if you are like backyard brawl type shit, you have to watch on YouTube Dan Hooker Backyard Brawls. Such a fun event, very cool, fun to watch. These guys are fucking crazy, man. The Aussies are fucking crazy. But yeah. So guys, thank you so much for watching. I hope you liked the matchmaking. Tell me, how did you like UFC 22? What was your favorite fight? What was your favorite knockout? Do you have any other fight suggestions? Let me know in the comments. Please like and subscribe so I can keep on doing these for you. And yeah, thanks for watching, and until next time, bye bye.